What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bass. That's your boy Natty Bass right there. Give me
Going
the
on,
Baptiste news. What's going on? What's going on?
oh man,
Week,
the phone. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
week three. Week three. Week three. Week three. Week three. Week three. Must wins all across the board. Some sneaky good to great contending games right there for games of the year. Some high profile games, some games that's gonna be in the like we got four TVs that's gonna be like the lower left, but no one really cares about. Um, so yeah, we got everything. We got everything. Um, our teams are starting to find their identities. Offensive lines are starting to be solidified. The timing, I think this is going to be the turning point where a lot of offenses start to catch up and start to put up points because it can't just be the Saints putting up points. It gotta be everybody. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can be putting up 40 points a game. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Right. Average getting like 97 points in the first 2 weeks. Like, not everybody can do that. You know what I'm saying? Or 91.
91, 91.
91. So, with that said, if you're new, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend, and let's get
Right.
oh shit, what you got this, huh?
some good old NyQuil, the CVS brand type John type John. My
Okay.
boys, man, I'm back to like 80% type beat. Yeah, yesterday I felt like a bus hit my face and in my stomach, so I felt like absolute shit. But obviously, they put on for the show for you guys, man. We back, we healthy, more energy, more vibes. Let's get right. I'm happy. I genuinely am excited for this season, not because the Saints are 2-0, but because it's NFL. Any given Sunday can happen, and especially on any given Thursday. Boom, segue. Oh my God, look at that. Thursday night football. Two teams in the FID group chat, if you know, you know. Patriots going on the road to the New York Jets. Jets are favored by 6.5, which, call me crazy. I don't trust the Jets offense.
Mm.
Yes, you put up 24 points against the Titans defense that is sneaky great. But you had a block punt that got you great, fantastic field position. You faced the Will Levis, who just apple turnovers, giving you the ball, giving you great field position, and not capitalizing on points. Well, you have a Patriots defense who's surprisingly good. It's yeah. Oh my God, it's Bill Belichick. No, he's not there. Gerard Mayo's there. Defensive-minded person who played a fantastic defense for Bill Belichick. Oh my God, being a fantastic defensive coach. Who would have thought that? Also, since 2016, the Jets have only beaten the Patriots one time.
Mm.
One time. And with the yes, oh, they had Tom Brady for the long no, not the longest part. Since 2020, they had Mac Jones, then they had freaking Jacoby Brissett, and they had bad quarterback play, but they still find a way to beat the Jets. So call me crazy. I'm going with the Patriots straight up.
Mm.
Straight up to win. I think this game is gonna go ugly. I think this game is gross. I would say 20-17. If that, probably like 17-13 for a Thursday night game. Now, 6.5 is way too many points. So even if the Patriots don't win, which I'm predicting they win, I'm gonna go with them to cover. They can lose by 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't care. Shabazz, he'll talk about his teaser. He teased them down, but I don't give a damn as long as the Patriots cover. I'm cool with that. I'm just calling an outright win because it's similar to now I'm looking at the history of teams playing each other. Bills always beat the Dolphins, and the Patriots always beat the Jets. It's just the way it is. And we talk about a couple weeks when the Ravens play the Ravens always beat the Bengals. So that's the kind of thing where I'm like, I'm going based off of history, division rival. They know each other. This is Aaron Rodgers' second divisional opponent that he's facing. He usually, I don't know how he does against the Patriots himself, but give me the Patriots to cover, keep the game ugly, and it's gonna be one of those snooze fest of a Thursday night games. But we're gonna be grateful that we have it Now within February, we're like, oh, I wish there was Thursday night football going on type heat. So give me the Patriots to cover, but also to win outright.
All right, so I have the Jets winning this game. I think their defense makes a statement. Um, that's what we've been waiting for, and the old additive of past like past accomplishments doesn't guarantee future results. That's been true in regards to the Jets defense. Because on paper they have everything you want. I know CJ Mosley's out. I know Jermaine Johnson tore his Achilles, but secondary still one of the best in the league. Front still one of the best in the league. Why are you?
Oh man,
I thought you was like, huh? What
I
you
was
gonna
reading
do?
something. I was reading something. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I do have the Jets winning. I would not be surprised if the Patriots cover the spread, which is why because 6.5 is way too many points for a divisional matchup. Like both teams have good defenses, so I do think it's going to be a slow pace. Actually, teams gonna run the ball, so the game might actually go pretty fast. I have the Jets tease them down with a 5.5 to just win by one, just to win by one. So I do have the Jets winning this game. I just think that they are the better team. But now we said that about the Bengals, and they lost. We said that about Seattle, going from West Coast to East Coast, and they went to overtime. So the Patriots are frisky. The Patriots are not a slouch. So if you're gonna go expecting to win, be prepared because it's definitely not gonna happen that way. So shout out to Moosey and shout out to Jason. I got you guys going 2-1, but we'll see. We shall see. Now, Sunday, 1 p.m. We got Bears and Colts. I'm rolling with the Bears. Do the upset. I know not for as much crap screenshot. Yes, I'm going with the Bears to upset the Colts. We really call it an upset. I think the Colts are only favored because they're at home, which is fair. But I think that Chicago's defense for the first 2 weeks has been elite. Has been elite. Top I would say top five. Um, causing pressures, getting turnovers, like getting just this has to be the game because Cole's defense is not the best. So I expect the run game for Chicago to really stand out here. And I do think Caleb Williams throws his first 200-yard game. Um, and maybe probably throws his first touchdown too while we're at it. So like that would be one. If I can make like a giant parlay for that, I think I might. Caleb Williams for 200 yards because the Colts passing defense is trash, and definitely the run game to get it going because it's a long season. They need to get that going because they play the Vikings still, and they play the Packers again. And they have like teams they need to be running the ball against. So going with the Bears, I think Caleb will do well. My stock is almost sold off of Anthony Richardson. Um, I gotta see. I gotta see.
So for me, one, I'm going with the Bears as well. I totally agree. I disagree with the Caleb Williams is going to throw for 200 yards because as much as I'm not a fan of his personally. I'm not like, oh my god, I'm riding with him. Like my good friend, I have a great, like a fantastic friend of mine. I would argue best friend Corbett. He's a big Bears fan, and his family kind of like adopted me, like symbiotic type beat. When he's, I want my friends to be happy. I don't want my friends to have bad teams, except for if you're a Falcons fan. Shout out to Brandon Hardy. Other than that, I want my friends to be successful, and I want them to have the same feelings of happiness that I'm having right now with my Saints. So when I watch games with him and I watch games with his family, and the Bears are stinking up the joint offensively, but the defense is locked down and making things happen. Special teams, they have. Did you know that the Bears defense or special teams has more touchdowns than the offense?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So those who didn't know, the defense and special teams of the Bears have two touchdowns. Bears only scored one. That's sad. That's absolutely crazy. But here's where I think that the Caleb Williams great game doesn't happen this week. What can't the Colts do? They
Stop the
can't
run.
stop the fucking run. Joe Mixon ran for a buck 50, by himself last week or 2 weeks ago, week one for the Texans. Last week, the Packers as a team ran for 261. Don't put Caleb in the harm's way of, oh, God, drop back and pass. They don't have a defensive like pressure. They're going to get after the quarterback anyway. Hand the ball off to DeAndre Swift and let him cook. You get rid like him and Khalil Herbert. Run the ball with set up play action, which sets up every quarterback. Like they always say the adage of, oh, every young quarterback needs a good running game, or every good running back needs a good tight end. But yes, run the ball to set up the play action. Every quarterback thrives in play action, especially if the running game is working. Derek Carr, for as much mishaps that I've given him in the past, he's killing it with play action. He leads the league in terms of when it's a play action pass QBR. Because again, all the defenses bite for play action. People are going to be open. Run the ball, put Caleb out of harm's way, go on the road to an Indy, but you're going to have probably 50-50 Bears Colts fans. I live in Indianapolis. There's people who are like transplants from South Bend or from the like greater parts of Indiana. Then they're split between being a Colts fan or being a Bears fan. I say the Bears go on the road, run the ball, run the damn ball. Shout out to Matt. Run the ball down the throats and make it happen. I don't have a prediction to the score, but the Bears win outright and make it happen. Uh, Also, if the Colts losing to Malik Willis, as much shit as you give Caleb Williams, like he's better than Malik Willis.
For sure.
Next, we have Texans at Vikings. Vikings are underdogs about 2.5. Justin Jefferson, he had a sprained, I think, quad. They said it was. He said he's not seriously hurt, but he is dealing with an injury. So debatable if he can go. But Vikings are missing T.J. Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, and potentially Justin Jefferson. It's a Texans team as a whole that's not great offensively, yet they're still figuring out their kinks. Nico Collins, as Shabazz mentioned last night, he is a dog. He leads the league in receiving. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but that's still impressive to have back-to-back 100-yard receiving games. When the league as a whole passing is going down, he's awesome. He stepped up. Vikings are opportunistic on defense, and Brian Flores is a hell of a defensive mind. I have half a mind to pick the Vikings. I have half a mind. Shout out to Sam Darnold. He's been kicking ass. He's had that Geno Smith kind of resurgence, but like people wrote him off, and he's like, "Oh no, I was a top 3 pick for a reason. Like I have all the tools to be successful." I'm gonna go one with the over for sure. I'm betting the over in this game. The over in this game is wait for it. I'm about to pull it up right now. The over is 45.5. I'm definitely betting the over. I don't think anything can stop it like the other. And I was impressed with the Texans' defensive line getting 7 sacks on the Bears. Like you have to put yourself in a position to get that. I'm gonna go with the Texans though. If I had to pick a team to win, I'm gonna go with the Texans. I love CJ Stroud. I love his confidence. I love Nico Collins. So that offense. That offense for the Texans and the defense for the Vikings is gonna be a great matchup. Can Sam Darnold continue this resurgence? I hope so, because I love when people have that career redefining arc. But Texans are on a mission. I had them winning, being the number 1 seed in the AFC because I thought they would have a lot of these games where like they beat up on the teams that they're better than. Wouldn't be shocked if the Vikings win, but I'm going with the Texans to win.
I disagree.
Oh,
Totally upset. Gave me the Vikings. I think that I'm banking that Jefferson plays. I'm banking that he plays and keep it simple. Fuck it, Jefferson down there somewhere. I hope so. Even so, I don't know. I feel like Kevin O'Connell is one of the sharpest offensive minds right now. Definitely is top 5 in that. So he will put Aaron Jones and Sam Darnold in positions to be successful. CJ Stroud, I have him on my fantasy team, so I'm hoping he does well for that. But he's been up and down. Week 1, he played well. Him and Diggs was connecting. Him and Nico with the yardage. Week 2, granted, the Bears defense, as I just said, is top 5 in my eyes. over the first 2 weeks. So obviously those are better defenses. Vikings defense, like you just mentioned, are very opportunistic. So and Joe Mixon might not play because he had they did a hip drop tackle on him and he hurt his ankle. So I haven't looked at any injury reports for that because that's not my team, so I don't care. But I do think the Vikings win at home. So yeah, all right.
Simple.
Chargers, Steelers. Interesting that the Chargers are underdogs on the road, which is not really a road thing because they stayed on the East Coast this week after playing Carolina. So it's like, all right, so they gotta travel up a little bit. I don't know where they stayed though, but do you know where they stayed?
I do not know on the top of my head. No.
So I think uh, Steelers have been playing a little out of the norm. Justin Fields hasn't had any turnovers yet. He hasn't. Well, I think he fumbled the snap in Atlanta, but other than that, he's been pretty like B, not turning the ball over, making key third down conversions, just keeping the ball rolling. That's exactly the kind of game that Jim Harbaugh wants to run with the Chargers. J.K. Dobbins leads the league in rushing. I know who would think in 2024 a guy off of ACL injuries and Achilles injuries like him leading the league in receiving and rushing. And in the receiving core is someone else. It's every first week it was Lad McCuntley. Next in week 2 was Quentin Johnston. Someone else. It could be someone else or Kogo. Like they need consistency in the receiving core, but the run game is there. The defense is stepping up. Joey Bosa is like fountain of youth a little bit. I think it's gonna be close, but I think at the end I have the Chargers winning at Pittsburgh and then going home week 4, 3-0.
Week 4 against the Chiefs at home. That's gonna be a great game, actually. But for me, I bet. Oh my god! I've made these bets literally like an hour ago. Why don't I can't remember these bets for saving my life? I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We do it live every day. I bet the Chargers to cover the spread and also to win outright. Um, the running game, what travels? Defense of the running game. As much as I love Justin Fields, he hasn't had to do much defensive. Like the defense for the Falcons was good in terms of keeping them out the end zone, but they still moved the ball. We just got into the red zone and couldn't score touchdowns. And then the Broncos offense is so bad that like literally they just had to like show up and they won.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields, he's gonna make plays. He's gonna make things happen. But the Chargers defense, man, I know they play the Raiders and the Panthers back to back weeks, but they're pretty good. Like they the terms of the top 3 defenses statistically by EPA, which is like I don't know, it's like I don't know what the E stands for, but it's like points allowed like per possession type beat. The Chargers, Saints, the Steelers are all like top 3 in different categories in terms of defense. So this is going to be an ugly game. This might be one of the faster games. I think the Chargers know the identity. They want to run the ball. They have Joe Altele, shout out to him. They want to run the ball. Patrick Queen said that he wants to like as a Steeler, they want to stop the run, but
He's been now being a Ravens guy. He's a former Raven, so all love to him. He has been trash as a linebacker for the Steelers.
he has been.
He
And
has been ass. So anything he says, take it with a grain of salt. Absolutely.
the downside is that Justin Herbert is on injury report with an ankle. So obviously, if he doesn't go, then I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Yes, we have the we can,
Obviously, obviously, if that happened, then obviously our bets are voided. Or at least our podcast bet oh we think the Steelers Chargers are gonna win, but all is healthy and he plays, give me the Chargers because I think at the end of the day, as coaches, let's say the coaches are a wash. Who's the better quarterback, Justin Herbert on one ankle or Justin Fields? I still, as much as I love Justin Fields, Justin Herbert, he's him. Give me the Chargers to win outright on the road, and 1.5. Just a dumb line. Just make it even. Whatever. Packers and Titans. Oh man, Malik Willis revenge game. Malik
mm,
Willis revenge game. This game is gonna be so. Pardon me. Getting the last bit of mucus out of my system. So ugly. This game is gonna be so ugly. One, I want to give a huge shout out to Josh Jacobs. I want to give a huge shout out to Josh Jacobs. He ran the ball down the Colts' throats. Now the Titans have a fantastic defensive line headed by Jeffrey Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
And Harold Landry is a linebacker. Legarius Dean as a corner hasn't done much. They haven't thrown to him much, so he hasn't had made big plays yet. But I do like what I'm seeing from the Titans defense. I need this NFC teams to be losing type beat. So bet wise, I bet on the Packers. God damn it. Because at the end of the day, I as much as I don't trust either quarterback, I trust Mike LaFleur better than I trust the new coach, who really does not like Will Levis. Like I will not be surprised if Will Levis is benched because he's gonna put them in a position to win, like the other team to win. Like he's gonna do some boneheaded play. It's gonna be hilarious, and the Packers are gonna win off some bullshit. But yeah, I got the Packers to win outright. Adding plus 2.5, but they win. I think the Packers win. They control the line of scrimmage, control the game. Malik Willis another week of preparation. Um, Not just thrown in there last minute type beat. Another week to get ready, and it's gonna be like, ew, I'm the predator. I'm the guy that you should have kept, but instead you let me go for this guy who likes mayonnaise in his coffee. Disgusting. So give me the Packers to win.
You win Titans, man. I think the defense, like Malik Willis, didn't have to do much because again, you mentioned earlier, 261 on the ground. I think Malik Willis will have to do a lot more. Great, it's his revenge game. Him going back to Tennessee where they did him dirty. So maybe he does well, but I've seen enough sample size for me to be like, yeah, no, I gotta see it to believe it. So give me the Titans at home, 2.5. It's not a lot. Uh, if it goes to overtime, win by 3. Like it's fine. Um, yeah. Uh, Bucks hosting the Broncos 6.5. Ding 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 ding. This is my survivor pick of the week. I think that the Bucks defense will overwhelm Bo Nix, and it's just gonna be an ugly start to his rookie. Like 0-3, he had to go to Seattle, then play Pittsburgh, and he's gonna play Tampa's defense, who's feeling very juiced right now because they literally shut down the high powered Detroit Lions offense. So like they're playing juice there. Back at home, 6.5 is a lot of points. So I'm buzzy. So I said the money line, but I would not be. I think I teased them down. Yep, I teased them down to -1. So yeah, feel me? I think that yeah. So
I got the Bucks. They're also one of my survivors as well. Um, I as much as I can, I hate saying this because they're in my division, but man, they're playing some inspired and good football right now. They're playing really good football. The Lions had that game won, and one of the things I'm concerned about for the Bucks is their offensive line. Now the Broncos don't have a pass rusher like Aiden Hutchinson, so I'm not really that concerned. Oh, guys gonna have 4.5 sacks against them, but I don't want Baker getting hit as much as he got hit against the Lions. Um, yeah, the reason why it's 6.5, and it probably is gonna balloon more. Bo Nix has been underwhelming as a pro. I know it's only been 2 weeks, and he played a Seahawks defense with Mike McDonald. He played a Mike Tomlin inspired defense in the Steelers, who always give quarterbacks fits. So my concern is that Bo Nix is just like he's not. I'm not gonna say he's like a bust because again, he gave him 2 games. He's playing the two good defenses, or at least two defensive minded people back to back. But Todd Bowles is another defensive minded coach, and he's not. And Bo Nix is not the athlete that Jane Daniels is. He's gonna make people play. I'm gonna go with the Bucks to win to cover the spread. It's I mentioned I hate it. As much as I hate it, as much as I hate the fact that the Bucks are good, I gotta give them props. I gotta give them props. But the Broncos, nothing inspired football whatsoever about them. That's making me think they got this game in the bag. Now my team, man. Love the bullshit, man. Eagles, Saints. Saints are 2.5 point favorites at home. Derek Carr has I gave him a lot of shit last year. Shabazz was there for the highs of last year and the lows, and he's like, "Man, I'm happy. I wish I could just play the clip from last night." But he's like, "Yo, I'm happy that like the team is playing inspired football, and I'm happy again. Like, because it was a lot of like if not nows and whens with the Saints, and I was like, bro, what's going on? Eagles can't stop the run. Bijan Robinson had like 100 yards from scrimmage. He's one of the best. He's one of the better young running backs in the league. It's pretty good, pretty good, pretty great actually. Can't stop the run. I expect Kamara to have a fantastic day against this Eagles defense. We can literally Derek Carr doesn't have to do much, and that's the beauty. Play action, run the ball first, establish that you can run the ball, and then everything else is gonna follow. Everything else will follow. Our defense is fantastic. I will say this though, Jalen Hurts has given my defense some problems in the past. And so has Saquon. Saquon, when he was on the Giants, always gives us a little bit of an issue. But if we can do what we did to Dallas can't run the ball regardless. But if we can stop the run and force Jalen Hurts to pass, oh, here we go. Yeah, yeah, darling. Yeah, you see it, man. You see it, man. W Saints, L Eagles type shit, type shit, type shit. That's my the best of friendo type shit. Word. Shout out to Dylan. But man, I'm really excited for what the Saints are cooking right now. Again, I said this last night, but I'll say it again. We have scored 91 points in 2 games. The last team to score 90 plus points in 2 games, the first 2 games of the season, was the '09 Saints, who went on to win the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl, but if you want to put like a little dollar to win like 33 type shit, I think our odds are the 30 like plus 3,300. Yo, I'm saying the vibes are vibing right now in New Orleans. It's gonna be a party. The last time the Eagles came down to New Orleans, we put the pause on them. Put the pause on them. And that's all I'm gonna say on that, right? We play every time we play them at home, we beat them in the divisional round. We beat them in the regular season. We just Kamara goes crazy. Our defense, Marshawn Lattimore is gonna be back. AJ Brown is out. He's not playing with a hamstring. We're gonna put the pause on him. I'm not saying about to ask. I'm not saying we're gonna do them like we did the Panthers and Cowboys. But am I gonna put an alternate spread that we win by 20? Matter of fact, hold on.
Oh, you doing it live?
We're doing it live, man. We're doing it live.
Shit, oh shit, oh shit. Putting belts to ass on?
We're putting belt to ass, man. We're putting belt to ass, man. Hold on.
Hmm.
Alternate spread 9-1. Saints. Oh, hold on. There we go. 20 and a half plus 900. Putting 5 on it.
You got 5 on it. He got 5 on it.
Saints minus 20 and a half. Total payout 50 cash. Where?
Mm.
Oh, yeah, darling. Yeah. I was just saying, man, that's offensive.
Oh.
Clint Kubiak is amazing. And again, this all stems from the following statement: Eagles can't stop the run. We can run the ball. Shout out to Tyalise Fuaga from Oregon State. He's one of the best rookies. These are offensive linemen. So he's not gonna get the love, but I'm gonna give him a love. I'm gonna give him a shout out. Hey,
Yo, hey man, fuck around and fucking just you can't stop the pass either.
they can't
Clearly.
stop it. They let Kirk Cousins go down the field in a minute 30 and score a touchdown, bro. Kirk Cousins on a bad Achilles. Derek Carr is willing and dealing. They can't. Who's gonna stop Rashid Shaheed?
Rashid Shaheed money touchdown or we in there.
Hey, I'm Dylan. This is the first time since in college, bro, that the Saints were because ever since we graduated, it's been all downhill, bro. It's been all downhill with my Saints. But since college, bro, like I've been this happy about my Saints offense. This is the first time since Drew Brees that I'm like, we got something cooking. Now, Jameis Winston had a good start to the season and he got hurt. But ever since then, it's all downhill. Andy Dalton and Taysom Hill and Derek Carr last year for like the first. But again, last night I talked about it. In the last 6 games, dating back to last season, he has 17 touchdowns and 2 picks.
Mm.
Like, bro, it's he's cooking now. He's embraced the culture. He's accountable for his actions, and that's something that I'm like, yo, that's all we wanted. He went on a press conference today. It was like, yeah, we play like ass to start the season. We just gotta give the fans a product on the field that that they deserved, and that's what they doing now. I love the Saints, man. I love them to cover. I love us to win outright, of course. Give me the Saints again. I put a live bet in that we win by 20 plus type shit. So give me
Mm.
the Saints, man. Let's go.
The vibes in Philly are not vibing, bro. The vibes are. I think they need. If they have a bad loss, like teams could come back from losing, right? Like if they saying if you saying 2021, we gave up the six like it's Madden, that's enough to break a lot of the team spirit, bro. Like Dallas got cooked, but yet they have they a very top heavy roster, so they can like kind of upset that, and no one's hurt. Knock on wood. Versus Eagles, AJ Brown's out, so it was like you get to double Devontae, and and Jahan Dotson was open so many times, but did not get the rock at all. That just goes to show you that if it's not Devontae, it's nobody. Dallas Goddard didn't even get touches on Monday night. It's a 2-man show. Saquon and Jalen Hurts. And I can he bounce back from dropping that pass? I think so. But you guys' run defense has always like historically been stout. So they can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. I think. But I'm loving Dennis Allen keeping you guys like low key, even when you guys are getting high profile wins. This is just gonna be another notch in the belt, and you guys are gonna keep it pushing at home. I think your fans is gonna be rocking. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy. So let's go Saints, man. 2.5 is light cheese. Like, feel me? Where now?
So before we go on, Eagles on a short week, Monday Night Football. They have a devastating loss, bro. They lost in the way they like you don't lose, bro. Then you just execute the final stretch. And last but not least, they've lost in their last 9 games. They've
They're two and
lost seven.
seven. Yeah.
So it's you say the vibes are not vibing right now in Philly. Elko, where you at? It's the one time I need you, baby. Elko, where you at, bro? We need you, son. No comment, no this time. We'll fly eagles fly. Cry eagles cry. Boom. Simple as that, man. Sorry, I just had to mention that real quick.
All right. Giants at the Browns 6.5 is way too many points. Browns offense is ass, so there's definitely room for an upset here. I'm not gonna call it though. I still think that Browns defense is amazing still. And they can do just enough offensively to still win. I just think that bro, Miles Garrett's a monster. He's just a monster, bro. And neighbors went off last week. I think that definitely is not happening again. Not to say that he's not good, but I think Denzel Ward and like all the other guys on there, like their defensive line and the secondary can definitely shut down whatever they try to do. Oh, Harnella Mintz, man. Do you missed it, man? We're going with the Bucks. We're going Bucks, you survivor, man. Where Bucks? That's the pick this week. Where? Indeed, indeed. But back to the Giants. 6.5 is a lot, so I do say they cover the spread. But I do think the Browns do win. So the Browns won't be up. The Browns aren't a bad survivor pick either. But I'm anti Browns because they're in my division. Like not jacking it. So where?
6.5 is a lot. It is. And nothing of the Browns offense has shown me that they can even score 7 more points than any team. Like that it's just bad. Here's the saving grace. They can run the ball, and the Giants can't stop the run. Surprisingly, given the fact that they have Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence and a lot of great defensive people all over the field, They let Jaden Daniels go crazy. If this is Deshaun Watson's last gasp of any semblance of any type of I'm him type beat and not regret the contract, he has to show up against the Giants. Point blank, period. Anytime I get a chance to fade Daniel Jones, I'm fading Daniel Jones. I just don't. He's not a quarterback in the league. He's not a good. He's not a good quarterback. He shouldn't be in the league. And again, every time I know Dylan's here, we're gonna have eventually a guest here, eventually in a second. Giants fans are disappointed not because he's bad, but because they chose to pay him over Saquon. They chose to say, "Oh, yeah, one good year out of one quote unquote good year, he didn't even have 20 touchdown passes. Like not even 20, bro. Like 20. He had like just it was okay. He ran the ball a lot. Yo, what's up, Nate or Note 5 LSL, whatever. How do you ever say your name? I'm gonna say Note 5. Note 5L, where what's going on? Where? But regardless though, they're not upset that Daniel Jones is bad. They're not getting a return on investment. They're upset that they paid him over Saquon, 40 M's, which looks like a discount now because obviously people getting 55 and 60 and 70 and all that good stuff. Soon to be 70. I'm fading Daniel Jones every single time I can, no matter what. Give me the Browns. I got the Browns to cover. I just don't trust. I don't trust the Giants' offense at all. Yes, they had Malik Neighbors is him. I'll say that, but the Browns' defense is probably gonna find a way to shut them down. And Myles Garrett is gonna run offense. I don't trust the Giants at all. Nothing about the organization you should trust. If you're gonna make a parlay of all these games that we talk about, do not put this. This is like a no bet game. Don't bet this. Don't even just skip it. You have it on red zone and chill, but do not bet this game because this game is gonna be ugly. Both offenses suck. But one thing about the Browns that they do have is a great defensive line and Myles Garrett. That's the only saving grace for this game. Daniel Jones sucks. Fade him every time you can. Go Browns, go. I guess. That sounds gross saying that, but go Browns. I guess. Go 2-1 on the season. Now to start the 4 o'clock slate, we got the Panthers, who benched Bryce Young, going on the road to the Raiders, who upset Shabazz last week, and a lot of people last week, myself included. Shout out to Arnell for saying no. Like, whoa, we're changing with us. We said, yo, go with the Chargers. And Ravens are gonna be later on in the season type beat. He made it happen. What having seen the game firsthand and really watched it as much as you did, how do you feel about this game?
I'm going. That's another great survivor pick. Like the Raiders are not up. Like if it's you just said. Anytime you see Daniel Jones, it's a fade Daniel Jones. Anytime you see the Panthers this season, it's a fade the Panthers. The only difference at bro, Max Crosby is a monster. Like the Panthers have no offensive line and they have no running game. So it's like that's easy pickings for Max Crosby. Um Offensively, Devontae Adams is still that guy. Still that guy, man. And like Gardner Minshew leads the league in passing yards a game. Like I think he had like 270 a game, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Like he's not doing like Mahomes averaged like he had like 140 in a win. Like he's trying his best. Granted, a lot of that is empty calories. He was down 10 against Ravens, so he had to throw the ball. So I do understand that, but they can't run the ball. They couldn't run the ball against the Chargers, and they couldn't run the ball against us. Now, the Panthers do not have a running. They have no run defense. Chargers ran Rob Shaw all over them. Saints ran Rob Shaw all over them. So for the Raiders run game, I literally just saw this like 20 minutes ago. A Bleacher Report like, oh, how can the running game improve for the Raiders? This is the game that they've improved. I think they become more balanced. Now, are they a threat to the Chargers and the Chiefs in the division? No. But it's like, are they building something? Are they building a culture? If they're like another receiver away, some more like a cornerback away, sure. But I think they build on this and get some wins. And this is the only factor for this. The Anthony I say Anthony Richardson. The Andy Dalton factor. We don't know. We don't know. He's a very oh cool.
Oh, how cool you here, bro?
Oh shit! But Andy Dalton, can he unlock something in this offense? Maybe. That's why I would turn away from having this as a survivor, is because of the Andy Dalton factor. Like, you don't know. So that's why I think I'm going with the Raiders to win. I think I have. I tease them down? I teased them down to just win. Just win, baby. That's it. So tease them down. Yeah. So
Oh, coming to the studio, we got Mr. Matt, Danny Crimes.
You know what it is, man. What are my brothers? Happy
That's
to be
it.
repping my New York Giants.
Danny Crimes is insane. So we actually just talked about that game, but we'll go back to it. We'll go back to it. What you thinking about the Giants and Browns, man?
Giants and Browns -6.5. Who's -6.5? Browns.
yeah,
Browns are minus 6.5.
yeah.
Taking a plus on that. We're gonna lose. The Giants are gonna lose. However, I don't think we're gonna lose by a touchdown. I think we're gonna lose by a field goal once again, because we figured out our offense. If we can repeat that with having a kicker, hopefully, I think we can hold it down to keep the game close. Now, I think the problem with the Giants is we don't have the best clock management. Like, we kind of just hope to score, like, when we drive. And then when we do and the other team gets the ball, we kind of get fucked usually at the end of the game. So I'm hoping, yeah, Giants all the way, baby. Come on. We need all the energy we can get right now. 0-2, but I think we could turn it, bro. We could turn it. Daniel Jones, aka Danny Dimes, well, Danny Crimes until further. I think he's a competent quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. He's a competent, meaning if you give him instructions, he will do those instructions, meaning get the ball down to the first yard, dump it down to Singletary. You got Neighbors out wide. You got Slayton. You got Wan'Dale Robinson in the slot. We have pieces that can move the ball down the field. We don't have to look for the deep shot, because that's just not his game, bro. So when it comes to this game, I think Daniel Jones will repeat his performance. He won't have an intel. Hopefully, we can get 2 touchdowns out of him. But even if we get one from him, one from Singletary, I think that should be good. Get 2 kicks from Gano. That's like a good 20 points right there. So, yeah, 23-20.
Not having intel for Daniel Jones is actually insane. But here's my counter. Can you protect him? Can you protect your offensive line is still suspect. You got Myles Garrett on the other side of the field.
I'm countering that. It's gonna be a test for them. This week will be a test for them. But so far, the offensive line has held it down. Like, I don't have the statistics, but in terms of sacks, Daniel Jones has very few sacks this year so far. So I'd say with what we have, we just have to play it short. We have to just get the ball quick, make a quick play, and then let our receivers do the rest.
Now, my question for you, Matt, is I was bullish on Dexter Lawrence in the middle, Thibodeau, Brian Burns, like, but you guys are getting gas on the run game. What's the vibes there? Like, your red zone defense is actually solid. Like,
So
like last week, like, they weren't scoring a lot. Like, they scored 7 field goals to beat y'all. Like,
yeah, our D line isn't like run stoppers. They're more of like pass rushers, in a sense where if the quarterback is just sitting back there trying to make a play, trying to read the defense, it's going to give us time for at least one of us to get back there. When it comes to stopping the run, I don't know. I have to really like dive in to see what's the problem, but I just feel like they're just not I wouldn't even say it's the front line. I would say maybe our linebackers, our middle linebackers, just got to do better at spotting the gap. Maybe.
Okay. So before we move on to the other 4 o'clock games, we're gonna real quick rapid fire what you're thinking about the other games prior to this. So Thursday night, Patriots Jets, Moosey and Jason versus JR, like the FID Bowl, whatever.
It's gonna
What you
be,
think?
bro. I gotta see more from the Jets, but I think they're gonna win, bro. Just the Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah, but again, here's a little nugget of information. They haven't. The Jets don't beat the Patriots. In fact, they've only beat them once since 2016. So going on almost 8 years now. They only beat. Yeah, and you say, oh, what about 2020? They've only beat them once since 2020, and they did have Brady. They had Mac Jones and Jacoby Brissett and other quarterbacks, so rolling casserole or carousel. So just saying, it's the Jets, but they don't beat the Patriots.
I get it. I don't know. It's a new team, new year.
New team.
All
Fair enough.
right. Bears Colts 1.5. Who you leaning?
I got Bears on this one, man.
Okay.
The only problem with the Bears is they've kind of had some tough matchups, bro. Like Steelers and fucking they play Steelers, right? No,
No.
they play Steelers. I know they played the Texans, but
Titans.
The Titans and Texans.
yeah, they had two. Those aren't the easiest matchups to start. So I think with this one, hopefully, Caleb could settle in. But
Okay.
-1.5, I think they could do that.
Okay. Texans Vikings. Who you leaning?
Texans
Okay. CJ Stroud, that guy is on.
right now, yeah, he's that guy.
Okay. Chargers Steelers.
Steelers,
Wow. Explain that.
DJ Watt.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Bro, I mean, I just the one nugget of that, bro. Like I was saying in the chat, bro, I've never seen a defensive player single-handedly control a game, bro. And he does this in multiple games. Like it's not just one team, like one bad team. Like he'll pretty much do this against almost any team.
Sure. Packers Titans. Malik Willis going back, trying to get a little revenge on the Titans real quick. What you leaning?
It's tough, bro. It's tough. That one's a tough one. I'm gonna go Titans only because I'm a little bit more confident in their run game. Even though Will Levis, I don't trust at all. He's on a generational run right now with the knee. But I don't trust Will Levis. But I do like their running game. Their defense is solid. The Packers, they gotta find their identity.
If Jordan Love was playing, oh boy, I would definitely go Packers. No question.
The Packers.
All right, Broncos Bucks. This is my survivor pick. I'm pretty sure it's Naturals as well. Going with the Bucks because they looking good right now.
That's the Bucks right there, bro. I don't even think Broncos scored a touchdown yet this season.
Oh, no, they did.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, that's
all right. Eagle Saints. We
I got Saints, man.
You missed it. I put a live bet that we win by 21 plus, man. I'm that confident, bro. I'm that confident.
So I got Derek Carr starting, so I need PC.
Bro, the Eagles can't stop a nosebleed, bro.
Yeah, that was bad, bro. That last drive was they just Kirk Cousins came down like prime Tom Brady, bro. But yeah,
Elko, if you still in the chat, man, your Eagles going down, bro. It's all right. It should be a 2. Y'all should be 2-0, but you're about to be 1-2. So it's all right though. And we already talked about the Giants, Browns. So now we talked about the Panthers and Raiders. We said the Panthers are just a fade team. The one caveat, as Shabazz mentioned, that Andy Dalton factor, that maturity at quarterback. I'm not saying he's a great quarterback or a bad one. He's like that definition of mid. He's better than Bryce Young in terms of, hey, he's taller, can see over offensive linemen, potentially can see people that's wide open like Adam Thielen. Their offensive line can't protect though, and they can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. The Panthers is a terribly run organization. I have the Raiders winning as well. Debatable with my survivor. I have 2 survivor entries left. Might split them up. Say, hey, Raiders with one and the Bucks with the other. But I think the Raiders win and win comfortably.
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
But okay, so you're saying Andy Dalton's the new Fitzmagic?
Hey
Pretty
man,
much. Pretty
hey,
much.
hey man. He beat the Seahawks on the road last year, like week 3. Like he went on the road and beat them. It's like the Panthers sucked afterwards and lost every other game, but but hey man, say man.
You're Fitzpatrick. I could rock with that.
All right, Dolphins without Tua, with Skylar Thompson in the starting lineup, going to Seattle. Ah, that 4.5 is a scary number. I think I just have them winning. Let me see. Yeah, I just have Seattle winning. I think Gino. I think this is gonna be a big. If he plays, Kenneth Walker is gonna be a big rushing because the Dolphins cannot stop the run to save their lives. So run the ball, Gino, son Gino out here throwing it to DK, JSN. I think that's a recipe for success, man.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks could cover the spread. Um, I just think the first couple games they just didn't catch their stride. Last and then in the last game, I did see Gino look like a little bit of last year, so I think they might just start, you know, getting getting those dubs.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
one thing too that Kenneth Walker didn't play last week.
He did.
Now I don't know what he's dealing with. He's dealing with an oblique. Um, so he didn't practice today. He might not play this Sunday. If he was playing, I'd definitely lay Seattle minus 4.5. I have Seahawks winning. My bet for this game was just the over 41.5. Because as much as I'm like, oh, it's Skylar Thompson, he's gonna be like F it, Tyreek Hill down there somewhere, and he's gonna try to just throw the ball down the field, just like or make hey, you still have 4-4 speed everywhere with Raheem Mostert, Devon A. Chain, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. They still have weapons, but can he get like just get them the ball and make things happen? And with Seattle, Geno Smith, the Dolphins defense, with the exception of Jalen Ramsey, leaving a lot to be desired. They got gashed, like destroyed against the Bills. Now again, the Buffalo Bills are one of the top teams in the NFL, but can they run the ball effectively with Charbonnet? I think so. I got Seahawks winning by the spread as well, but I also definitely got the over 41.5 for sure. Lions, Cardinals. Sneaky great game. Like Ravens, Cowboys is good, but I think this game right here has a lot of like this used to be 2 bad teams going against each other. They always gave us classics. Lions, Cardinals, Marvin Harrison finally showing up and finally producing on the offensive side of the ball. Jared Goffel was Goffel last week. He was bad, throwing the ball 55 times for no reason. When he had David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs only running the ball collectively for 25 times, that's a recipe for disaster. I got the over for sure. And if I had to pick a winner, call it an upset. I'm going with Arizona, man. Arizona. Kyler Murray had the best game of his career last week against the Rams team. The Rams and Lions literally went to overtime, and like the Lions got the ball first and went to score a touchdown. But the Cardinals against that same Rams team beat the doors off them. So yes, injuries aside, right? Oh, if Rams are injured, yeah, they play who's on the schedule. They play who's in front of them. The Cardinals offense is clicking. At least they want one game of clicking. Let's see how they do it again. But the Lions defense is definitely suspect as hell. And just don't turn the ball over, Kyler. Protect him because Aiden Hutchinson is a madman and he will get after him. He probably have like a sack or two. I'm predicting he'll have like 2 sacks against Kyler Murray if he can get him down. But I got the Cardinals winning in a shootout, an instant classic of week 3. Probably the best game of the weekend, in my opinion. Like when all said and done, we're like, damn, this game was fantastic. So I got the Cardinals winning outright and over 51.5.
That was a mouthful right there, bro. I really do like that. First off, shout out to Kyler Murray because he definitely is balling. You know, despite all of the questions about his ability. So that's good. I, however, am going with the Lions because we do have to see how long this can keep up. I think the Lions defense is a solid defense. Aiden Hutchinson, you mentioned, is probably the closest thing to TJ Watt. Is up and coming. But he makes those plays, like those plays when you need him the most, he'll be there. You know, um, it really just be a matter of the usage of the running backs because we know that there's talent in the wide receivers. So it's like whoever can get in between the tackles and into the end zone more between either James Conner or Gibbs or Montgomery. I think that will be the main point of the game right there. Like besides all the receiving yards that they're going to be throwing, it's going to be more so of like who could actually get those short runs when you need them the most. And I think the Lions got that more.
Damn, y'all both get some good points. Because on one end, the Lions got Amon-Ra, who's a little banged up right now, so he's not 100%. So he's a warrior, so he's gonna play probably. Jameson Williams they ain't tried no deep shots at all. All the 55 times that Jared Goff threw the rock, like it wasn't barely any was towards Jameson Williams, who had a great week one, but then a trash week two. They didn't run the ball as much as I would like. Uh, Cardinals back to like they week one they should have beat Buffalo, but they sold and then they destroyed the Rams. Give me the upset, man. Go with the Cardinals, man. I think Maserati Robber, Marvin Harrison, man. He's that guy. He's that guy. I'm a huge fan. I think he goes a buck again, a touchdown or two. Like just goes crazy. Like they don't have the secondary for the Lions has always been trash. Their front with Aiden Hutchinson, you just said like a younger version of TJ. So he's probably gonna put his imprint in the game. But I think Kyle until Black Ops 6 comes out, I'm very bullish on the Cardinals offense. I think we got to week 9. Then I think I saw a meme like the sell high point is week 9 because that's when Black Ops 6 comes out. So we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. But I'm going with the Cardinals upset. Now, fuck out of here. I kick y'all niggas out. Yo. Ravens, Cowboys. Ravens are favored by 1.5. Fuck all that. Yo. My nigga. 0-3 is on the docket. I'm not gonna be like, the Saints drop 44, 47 on their head, whatever. The Ravens can do the same. Fair. You can't. We can't do the same. Dallas is pissed off because he just got smacked at home. We're pissed off because we got beat. We blew a 10-point lead in the crib again. I'm trying to keep my composure here, y'all. 1, Lamar Jackson as a starter is 20-1 against the NFC. The only team to beat Lamar Jackson from the NFC is not San Fran, not Detroit, not Seattle, not Arizona. Surprisingly, it was the Giants. Surprisingly. And I remember that game too, because Saquon went nuts in the fourth quarter. So that's going on our side. Dallas cannot stop the run. Micah Parsons, for as much podcasting that he does, he's not a run stopper. Just like Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau, he's a pass rusher. So if you bring the contact towards him, no disrespect here, he will fold. He will crumble under that pressure. Shut up, Dylan. Derrick Henry is pissed off for 2 reasons. 1, because he only ran 1 time in the fourth quarter. 2, because he could have went to Dallas. He bought a crib in Dallas because he was expecting to get signed by Dallas, but they didn't offer him anything. So this is a classic, you should have signed me when you had the chance kind of game from him. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, one of y'all. Because if week 1 it was Isaiah, week 2 was Mark. I would love to see both get some love. Maybe Zay Flowers has great first halves, but doesn't do anything in the second half. Bateman is treated like a deep threat, but he's not really a deep threat. Like what's going on? Defensively, great against the run. Raiders only had 27 yards the entire game. Pass defense is our struggle. We are a bend not break defense, and that is not good. That is not acceptable. Matabuke, you have not done anything since you've got the bread. So is it given you get the bread and you don't do anything, or is it they scheming against you now because you're known? What is it? Roquan, you're the leader of the defense. Act like it, play like it. And Kyle Hamilton, that's the spine. Matabuke, Roquan, Kyle Hamilton. You the leader of the secondary. Marlon does enough podcasting and it gets me so tight. Take a break. Take a break, my boy. Cam, Cam and Mace the show. Cam was like, yo, until we get to 500, you might want to take a break from the podcasting. I 100% agree with that. Now, I don't give a fuck about Dallas. They can't run the ball, so they're one-dimensional. You double CD, they don't got Ferguson, they got no one else. Let's go Ravens. 1-2, and we build momentum to play Buffalo next Sunday night to get to 500. My name is Rufus, and that's the truth. God damn, son.
Salute.
That was PSA. Go ahead, Andrew.
I agree. I called upset last week. Obviously, I'm not going to bet against my own team, but there's some things I mentioned last week about the Cowboys that was telltale signs. I'm like, yo, we can beat this team. Run at Micah Parsons. Run at him. Run the ball. Derek Carr threw the ball only 16 times last week. Perfect. We ran the ball for 190 yards. Run the ball. Yes, we had a lot of deep shots. We had 200 and some yards passing, but run the ball at Micah Parsons. Run the ball at this stuff. The Cowboys are finesse. They're break dancers in the sense of they don't want to get physical. They don't want to be they're not the Steelers. They're not the Niners. They're not. Hell, I'll put even the Chargers in this. They're not we're going to be scrappy. We're going to fight for 3 yards to carry, 4 yards to carry, just keep going and going and going. No. The Cowboys thrive off of opportunistic blocking assignments for Michael Parsons, getting strip sacks and interceptions. That's what they thrive on. They don't thrive on being a physical defense that stops anybody. Ravens, you got to put on the lunch pail and play AFC North football.
Type shit.
Play the Baltimore Ravens football that we know that you're capable of doing. Why is Lamar throwing the ball 30 times a game? Why is that happening? He's a 2-time MVP, for Christ's sakes. We know he's a dynamic athlete, and they're trying to prove that he's a fantastic quarterback as a passer. Be the fantastic quarterback we know as you can be as Lamar Jackson, bro. There's no why are you trying to compete with Mahomes and Burrow and Allen and all that extra people? You won an MVP by being yourself. Be yourself. Run the ball.
Run the damn ball. Run the
damn ball, bro. Run the ball down the Cowboys' throats. Why do the Saints dominate? Because the Cowboys can't score in the red zone. And your defense can helpfully stop with that. They can't run the ball. Zeke is washed. Rico Dowdle can't do anything. They can't protect Dak at all. Well, Dak is making plays trying to about to get sacked and dump off to freaking Zeke Elliott for 15 yards for whatever reason. They can't protect. They can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. What can the Ravens do to help right the ship? Oh, I don't know. Give one of the best running backs of this millennia 25 fucking carries. You sign him for what? You sign him so he can run the ball.
Run the
Run
damn ball.
run the damn ball. Run. And then when need be, play action. Make Lamar Action Jackson be Lamar Action Jackson and not the drop back passer that everyone forces him to be. He's a two-time MVP. He has Mark Andrews, Isaiah Like is a two tight end duo, which is a fantastic duo. But man, your defense, do not let Dak Prescott go crazy and CD Lamb. They only have CD Lamb. Saints. I know the Saints' defensive secondary is like top 10, probably top 5 and have in terms of secondary bodies, but they literally can't run the ball and they only have CD Lamb. Ravens should win this game. I'm not saying blowout because, again, Cowboys pride, but man, Ravens should go into Jerry's world and do what the Saints and Packers did. Run the ball. Simple as that. If you would have said before week 1, oh, the Ravens would be 0-2, no one would believe you. They would play 1-1. Oh, you lose a close game against the Chiefs. And probably, if people might have said you were 0-2 because you were overlooking the Raiders because you have this Cowboys game. Potentially. Show the world what the Ravens are supposed to be. Show the world that they're an AFC title contender and go out of this week 1 and 2 and start stacking wins like you always do. The weeks, if not now, Shabazz, finish it off.
Then win, man. That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful, man.
Man, because so last night before Matt, I let you cook. Shabazz was like, "Oh, I'm happy that I'm happy with the Saints because I'm confident." I was a little under the weather, but he's like, "Yo, I'm actually." You see the smile on my face when I'm talking about the Saints. Last year, the last couple of years, Renell was happy talking about his Ravens, and I was sitting here in misery. I want my friends, I want my family's teams to eat and be prosperous, bruh. I don't like it when my friends' teams suck. Come on, Ravens, y'all sucking right now. Like, lock the fuck in.
Hey man, yeah. Hey man, say man, nah, yeah, bro. Well, we're gonna suck for a minute, so. But nah, yeah. Honestly, I pretty much said it all. If anything, I'll probably just add to what Natural said. Y'all game plan. Y'all gonna have a game plan, but y'all word of the game is discipline. Like I don't want to see unnecessary penalties, especially when it matters. That happens way too often for the Ravens on defense. It's happening more so on the offensive line too, but I'd say in the defense that definitely is cooking. Like, you feel me? Like plays where y'all could literally just end the drive, will extend the drive and end up with points. So discipline on defense, offense as well, because like you said, Lamar knows what he needs to do. I think he's kind of just trying to be the perfect quarterback, and Lamar's idea of what the perfect quarterback is right now contrasts what he really can be and what mad people do see as him being like the 2-time MVP, like running the ball for 100 yards, bro, and then having 120 passing yards. Like nobody cares if the Ravens are getting a win. You feel me? People are gonna talk when y'all lose. Right now, they're talking because it's like the main issues about Lamar is that he's not making the right plays when it matters. You feel me? I don't need the ice. I'm gonna keep it short, bro. He's just not making the right plays when it matters, bro. Like, I mean, most could say he could have ran it in for the touchdown at the end, bro, but I'm not even gonna go that far. You feel me? It's just plays where he's sitting there, he knows he could run it, and then he's sitting there, he's trying to make the dot, and then the receiver will either drop it or it'll fucking end up in some intel. So,
also, real quick before we move on, bro, Ben, why right guard, bro? Left tackle, we solid. Left guard, we solid. Center, Tyler Linderbaum is the best center in my eyes in the game. I'm biased, of course. Right tackle is Gucci. We got 2 right tackles who could Rosengarten, who's a rookie, and then this dude freaking Patrick McCary. Right guard, bro, is killing me. It's bro when Max Trot with the meme of like Max Crosby sacking Lamar and he like this is because of our right guard. It happened because of our right guard. Ben Cleveland is better than this dude Falale or whatever, Malale, whatever. Why is he not in the game, man? Get in the game, man. Give me time.
He's one of those dudes online where when he get the penalty, you just got to smack him in the back of his head.
Yo, for real. And it's like, yo, if we treat, because Max Crosby's top 5. If we treat Michael Parsons like we did Max Crosby, it's gonna be a bad time for my Ravens. And I can't live with the humiliation of Moosey cutting my ass again. You know, I mean, keeping my composure because he been trying to troll me, and I'm like, you got a gang. I'm being humble about it, but feel me, he got enough. He got a couple more times before I start, getting real negative. Like,
I mean, like, hey, bro, you just gotta start attacking everything they say. He's like, what? What?
We talked way too long about the Ravens, man. I'm hoping we win. We got this. Let's lock in. Let's go home with a dub, man.
Let's move on. Niners go on the road to the Los Angeles Rams, and they're 7-point favorites on the road. This is the injury bowl. Everybody and their mama's hurt for both teams. The Rams are missing like 4 offensive linemen. Cooper Kupp is going to be out. Not on IR, but he's out. Puka Nakua's on IR as well. Matthew Stafford's got sacked like 5 times against the Cardinals. Like, Cardinals? Yeah. Cardinals have a good pass rush for some reason. The Niners... Man, the Niners on the road seem like a bad team. I don't know. The Vikings might have their number. Sean McVay might not always beat the Niners. He does a lot, but he might not always beat them, but he covers a lot of the time. All I'm going to say is give me the Rams to cover. Do I know they win it outright or not? This is a perfect spot for the Niners to get right. They have Brock Purdy, who's leading the league in passing. Debo's out, but Ayuk still hasn't had that signature game yet. The Shabazz all last season, Ayuk is the number 1 receiver. And he was right. He was right. But now he's not, because Debo, now he has to be the de facto number 1 because, boom, Debo's out. George Kittle's still George Kittle. He's making plays, of course, and Chris McCaffrey's out. It's Ayuk and Kittle. That's it. And Juwan Jennings. Can the Niners score on this suspect Rams defense? They should be able to. But you said the same thing last week against the Vikings. Then the Vikings made things happen. Sam Darnold made things happen. So I'm going to go with the Rams to cover. If I have to pick a winner, I'm going to go with the Niners. They're like minus 340. But I will not be shocked at all if the Rams pull off the upset. I will not be shocked at all. Yes, everybody and their mamas is hurt. But, hey, Kyron Williams, shout out to Notre Dame. He's gonna have to have a good game because that's the only people. He's the only one that they got, man. He's the only thing in their chamber. He's the only good offensive weapon for the Rams. So give me the Rams to cover the spread at 7 points. I think he's gonna eat. I think. See, Dylan, this is my brother, man. Dylan, do I think Kyron's gonna eat? Yes, he's gonna go crazy. He has to. This is literally the only offense that the Rams have. So yes. I think he's going crazy. Work.
All right. So I kind of disagree. I don't fully disagree. I got 49ers minus 7. The part that I disagree with is I don't believe that the 49ers defense is shaky. I just think they have a shaky secondary. I think the 49ers front 7 is not the best right now in football, but I feel like they're the most cheat code put together. You feel me? So I think they'll handle the run, and until it's not their fault, but until the wide receivers of the Rams, I don't even know who's their wide receiver 1 right now. Like, so until they can actually prove that they can make the plays, I think, even against a busted secondary like the 49ers, I think they could still hold the Rams. The Rams do make plays. Like you said, Sean McVay is like crafty enough to still make work. He'll surprise you. So I'm not counting them out. I'm not saying they're going to get shut out. I just don't think they'll be able to produce enough drives consecutively to beat the 49ers. Like, they still got offensive pieces. They got Ayuk, Mason's proven. They got Kittle. They'll figure it out.
All right. I have the 49ers winning. I teased them down to -1.5. Um, Here's the thing. I think everything Natural said is valid. They have nobody. The Rams have nobody. Everything you just said is valid. Defensively, the 49ers secondary can be shaky a little bit, but front seven wise, it's still one of the best in the game. What I want to see, I want to see Brock Purdy put points on the board. Like game one, Jordan Mason went absolute ape shit crazy. Him and Debo was running the ball like against the Jets. Week two, you guys lost to the Vikings team, and like Sam Darnold's cooked y'all. Like it's crazy. And then two televised interceptions, and he just didn't play well. If I mentioned it yesterday, I'm mentioning it again. If you're gonna end up paying him 50, 55, 60 M's, this is what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be Ayuk because Ayuk is there, Kittle's there, Trent Williams is there. But other than that, Debo might get traded, C-Mac might get traded. Who knows? So this is gonna be a quick snapshot of what it's gonna look like in the future if you guys decide to pay him the 50, 55, 60 M's. Is he the guy without the Avengers? That's what I want to see. So I do think they win. Do I think they put up more than 21? Yeah, maybe 24, maybe 27. But not like maybe because of Purdy, maybe because of Mason. I want to see Ayuk. Like he got the bag. He did all that crying for the bag. He got the bag. Like pop out and show niggas. Like come on. Sunday night, Chiefs, Atlanta. Naturally says fuck Atlanta, but I'm saying let's go Atlanta. Let's go Atlanta. Because the Chiefs cannot stop the run. That's the recipe to beat the Chiefs. Eat the clock. Take away time for Mahomes to do something. And on paper, Atlanta's defense, they can't stop the run either because Philly was running all over. But on paper, Matt Judon, Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons, like AJ Terrell, they have weapons all over the defense. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Like everyone obviously gonna like overrate the Falcons because they came back to beat the Eagles. Eagles, the vibes aren't really good right now. So I don't know if that's the best quality win, but it's still a win. What I want to see Bijan continue his greatness. I want to see Kirk Cousins be more healthy and give the ball to Kyle Pitts. Goddamn, give him the rock, man. Give him the rock. For the Chiefs, Isaiah Pacheco's out with a broken fibula or fractured fibula. They signed Kareem Hunt. I don't know how that's gonna work if they can't run the ball. Mahomes might have to joke. He might have to go vintage Mahomes and go for 300 and like 3 touchdowns. I would like to see that because lately he's been just coasting by but still winning games. Kelsey has been a no-show this season so far. So prime time, I can see Kelsey going to vintage Kelsey, like 6 catches, like 75 yards and a tutty or two. Maybe we'll see, but I'm going with Atlanta just out of spite to the Chiefs. Keep it in the stack with y'all.
Yo, Matt, what say you, man?
I mean, you want to go? Because I don't know. I'm interested in hearing what you got to say.
So, contrary to popular belief, I'm going with Atlanta. I'm going with Atlanta.
What the hell?
I know. That's why. Let me land. Let me land.
The play's on turbulence. You gotta lay the plays. How?
Wait, hold on. This is the perfect time to play this clip real quick. Hold on.
You what?
I know everyone's like, yeah, even Dylan shot that I'm picking Atlanta. So first, I'm picking Atlanta plus 3.5. Don't care if they win. Preferably, we'll love if they lost off of like a field goal type shit. That would be that. Like when I say the dream scenario is Chiefs winning by a field goal. That's the perfect scenario. But I digress. One, everything Shabazz says right. Chiefs cannot stop the run, and Bijan Robinson's gonna have a day. I truly believe that. Number two, Patrick Mahomes, because they winning against they beat the two competitors in the AFC that they have. They beat the Ravens and they beat. He hasn't been good this season.
He has not.
He has not been good this season. He has 2 picks in back. He has a bad interceptions in back-to-back games, and then also he has 3 picks this season. One was a fantastic one-handed grab by Cam Tyler-Britt, but the other 2 straight to the linebacker, like just straight there. It took a defensive scoop and score and a bad PI call. Well, a PI call that was justified, but at the wrong time to beat the Bengals. And if the foot just is a half inch shorter, they're winning by 1 point or losing by a point against the Ravens. I don't know if it's bad. It's not the vibe. It's not a vibe thing. Just Mahomes seems like off. He hasn't had to put 100% of his full power into it. And as you said, Travis Kelce as well, shaky. Hasn't had like 2 catches in total in this entire season in 2 games. That's not good. And Pacheco being out. If Pacheco was in, I think that I would actually lean on the Chiefs because Pacheco is right now one of my favorite running backs in the league right now. I love Pacheco. I love how he runs. He hates the ground. But I'm gonna go with Atlanta to cover. Because what the perfect scenario, like here's how the way my mind works. Perfect scenario. Chiefs escape the Falcons, right? Then they escape the Chargers. They're 4-0, and they play a Saints team that's also 4-0 on Monday Night Football, and they get the doors beat off of them. And it's like, oh, the Chiefs, and then all their Chiefs are actually good, or the Saints really good. So I want this outcome for the Saints perspective in the future. Y'all not thinking long term. See, you're not future thinking right now type shit. So I'm gonna go with Atlanta to cover 3.5. I tease them down to also +10. So fine by me. Get blown out. It's fine. I have a teaser cooking anyway, regardless. But go football. How about that?
So all of that you guys just said is all fine and dandy. Like that's a win for football. If everything y'all just said happens. But y'all gonna hate what I'm about to tell y'all right now. I'm gonna hate what I'm about to tell y'all. First off, I got the Chiefs, man. That's automatic. But this is why. The Chiefs are protected. Okay? They're protected by the black and white. By the black and white. And I say this, and it sounds like I'm joking, bro. But honestly, if you really look at the past 2 games that they've won, they've basically gotten bailed out into winning drives into which they, the regular Tom Brady special. So I say that to say the similarities of what's happening is hard to ignore. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go as far as say like, oh, the Chiefs are about to the refs are about to just call PI on everything. However, the Falcons are already known to be a penalty riddled team. So I believe they're going to do it to themselves with the penalties. And it's going to be the Chiefs are getting fucking bailed out by the refs again. But in reality, it's just really going to be the Falcons getting an enormous amount of penalties on them. Chiefs taking advantage as usual. Getting points however they can, whether it's Bucker kicking it, getting fucking Xavier Worthy to do some trick shit and fucking take it to the crib. The Chiefs are gonna win this, and it might be a blowout in my eyes. Only because I feel like the Falcons, they are a better offense. However, like we said earlier, the Eagles are ass defense. This is a little bit better of a defense. Not like the greatest, a little bit better. So I feel like Kirk Cousins still has a hurdle to climb. Like he hasn't Like most people are like already crowning him, like, oh, Kirk Cousins, he's that guy in Atlanta. Like, he has one more. He's one bad game away from being right back to me. Like, oh fuck, are we fucked? Like, you feel me? So I'm not most confident in Kirk Cousins. Um, what may help them though is that they're in the crib. You know, they got Bijan and all of that. But I think though, if those penalties, like I did say earlier, do happen, they're gonna get off to a rough start. They're gonna be down by like 20 early. And if they can't come back in the second half, it might just escalate into 31 to 7-14 game.
Damn, that's fair. I respect
In the
your thought.
crib?
In the cribbo.
It's the Chiefs, bro. There are teams that have proven they can do it, but right now, though, I just feel like the Chiefs, like I said earlier, bro, they're like the Warriors. Like they have their core, and if their core is solid, like Pacheco being injured hurts. You know what I'm saying? But Andy Reid's play calling style, mixed with Patrick Mahomes' craftiness, mixed with Kelsey still being there, uh, you know, they'll. I believe that they're still good. You know, so um, I'm not saying they're gonna go undefeated, bro. But the Falcons is a winnable game, bro. Like, I don't think that's an upset in my eyes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, there we got Monday Night Football. There's a doubleheader. We got the Jags at Buffalo, and we have the Commanders at the Bengals. With the Jags at Bills, I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills to blow the doors off of Jacksonville. Like we talk about the Chiefs blowing the doors off the Falcons. I think this is gonna be the Bills are on extended rest. They haven't played since Thursday of last week. They're now playing on Monday. They are going. The Jags play such an uninspiring brand of football. Yeah, I said uninspiring, bro. Like they they haven't won a game. They're 1-7 since Thanksgiving of last year, bro.
Mm, mm, mm.
1-7. Like it's to put that to perspective. A team that's also 1-7 since Thanksgiving is the Panthers. You're in the same conversation as the Panthers and Commanders. Like that's not a good conversation to be in. I got Buffalo winning, blowing the doors off them. It's gonna be a party in Buffalo. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. I don't really like him that much. I had them missing the playoffs in the beginning of the season, and I'm so far vindicated in that. Brian Thomas Jr. is a dog and he's a weapon, and he's gonna make some plays this game. But they can't run the ball well with Travis Etienne for some reason. They can't protect Joe Burrow. I said Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence. I apologize. I've got the Bengals game coming up in my head. I just think that it's ugly. It's gonna get ugly really quickly. And the fact that I'm gonna have my phone on one game and the computer on the other game, I'm gonna probably just shut the one on my phone off and just have the Bengals game on. This game is gonna get ugly fast. I think the Bills blow the doors off of them, and they show that they're September champions, bro. Like they always win in September. That's what they do, and they just continue winning in September. Point blank. Period.
Period. Uh, so I have the Bills winning as well. I think I have the 4.5. Um, I teased them down to +1. That's easy money right there. I do have -4.5. I just think that the Bills are like, and it's not even like Josh Allen centric, which is the scary part because as I mentioned yesterday, like he hasn't been like needed to put the Superman cape on and do his shit. Like again, he had to do it week 1 because of his own fault. Like he was one of the reasons why they were down 17, I think to nothing or 17-3 against the Cardinals. So he had to put the cape on. But against Miami, he threw 1 touchdown. James Cook had a hat trick himself had by himself. Like it was easy. And like you just mentioned, extended rest with an extra day. Like it's like the vibes are not vibing in Jacksonville. And if they don't pick it up, I can definitely see a scenario in which Doug Peterson gets fired this season. Because we mentioned it the other day. You paid you paid the quarterback, so the quarterback has to stay no matter what. The coach can leave. you can fire the coach. You can't really fire the quarterback at this point because you already committed to him. So it's tough. Like, give me the Bills, which sets up a great Sunday night for week 4 because we host them in the crib. So just saying. In the last game. Oh wait,
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I forgot. Matt, what's you thinking, gang?
It's cool now. It's cool because I'm actually gonna keep mine the shortest and just say I agree. I didn't really got much on this one. Jags ass.
So now, yeah, I think he looked like you. You and Jaden Daniels looking like. I ain't gonna lie. That's twin. Son.
Yeah.
So your twin is on the road to Cincinnati, 7.5-point dogs. Oof, that's a big number. What you thinking?
7.5. That's crazy. I wouldn't take that just because the Bengals are looking like pretenders right now. But to be honest, they've been looking like pretenders for the past 2 years. I'm losing faith in them because I really do. I did like their offense, especially in the year when they went to the Super Bowl. I feel like they were trying to get back to that, or at least a version of that. Contract with Jamar fucked up the vibes, and then this nigga T Higgins, bro. Like I lost faith in him completely, and he just cannot stay healthy. And then it's like one thing where it's like an injury, you come back and finish the season out. He has these lingering injuries where it affects his play for the rest of the season. In this case, it already happened. So in my eyes, he's kind of already like damaged. Hopefully he could prove me wrong because I really do like T Higgins. Like, you feel me? Yeah, I know. T McGee, that's my guy. But I'm just calling it as it is right now. Like they're trying to play it like everything is cool and calm in Cincinnati, but right now I think they're panicking like internally. So I say all of that to say, I think I'm gonna still take the Bengals winning, but not on the 7.5. That's kind of a little crazy for me.
I agree, but disagree. I got the Commanders to win outright. I think the Bengals are built to beat the Chiefs.
But
In the
not
national.
us.
They can't protect Joe Burrow. I'm not saying the Commanders have a fantastic defense. I think the Commanders cover the spread easy. This game is gonna be you're gonna look up. It's like, it's 20-20 going into the fourth quarter. I wonder why. Jaden Daniels is gonna run for his life and make plays and showcase the world. Or, yo, I was a Heisman winner. I was him. Like I made it happen. One thing I am shocked is that Terry McLaurin hasn't had that game yet. He hasn't had that performance yet. But to be fair, all passing have been gone down since the beginning of the season. So he hasn't no real receivers except for Nico Collins for some reason has back to back great games. I think Terry McLaurin shows, and Brian Robinson, give him some love. He is amazing as a running back as well. And I think that the Bengals can't stop the run that well. Trey Hendrickson is going to wreck plays and make plays happen, of course, because Saints legend, Trey Hendrickson. I got to put that out there. I just think that the Bengals, they always start slow. This might be that get right game. This could go one of two ways where they're 0-3 after this game, and it's like, oh, is this ceiling is the Joe Burrow window over, or this could be like the 31-0 type beat, and they just beat the doors off of it. And then, oh, okay, this is the Bengals that everyone expected. One of those two things, I'm going with the former, in that the Commanders win outright, and they go 0-3, and it's like, damn, these dudes suck. And then they start the winning streak. But we'll see we'll see. It has to go really, really, really low for the highs to kick up. But yeah, T McGee's out potentially still. Jamar Chase has an anger problem. I don't know what's going on with Jamar Chase anymore. I don't know what's going on. And yeah, it's not great vibes. The vibes are not vibing now in Cincinnati.
So I so badly when pre-show me and Ash were talking, I went with the Commanders. I was like, let me give it the but I'm like, nah. Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals reluctantly because they're my rivals. But I gotta get. I think this is the game where Joe Burrow just says, "Fuck it." Jamar Chase is down there somewhere because Jamar has done nothing, and he said anger problem. I just think the whole vibe, like Matt mentioned, the whole vibe in Cincinnati is off. They need a signature win. They need to win badly because they're 0-2. They cannot afford to go to 0-3. They cannot. Now their schedule lightens up. I think they have the Panthers next. Then like it gets easier because they have a 4-play schedule. But like, uh, it's tough. It's tough. So I'm going with the. I teased them down because 7.5 was OD. So I definitely teased them down to -2. That is my last leg in the teaser parlay I have. So hopefully, if that does not happen, I'm gonna be a little sad, but it's okay. Um, it might. I'm like maybe Monday might throw a little 5 cash on the over because I think both teams defensively aren't that good. But I think at the end, Joe Burrow in the clutch is one of the best quarterbacks in the game. So I gotta give him that credit. Gotta give him that respect. So give me the Bengals -2. Now you know ain't no 7.5 because no, but give me the -2. And yeah. Survivor picks. We mentioned it all over the show. There's a couple good options. You have the Raiders. You have I'm going with the Bucks. You could go Cincinnati if you haven't gone Cincinnati yet. You could go Cincinnati. Um, Fuck, you could even be frisky and go with the Jets tomorrow night. But I think the best bet and a safe bet would be to fade the Broncos and both Knicks until proven otherwise. If Bryce Young was playing, then definitely the Panthers too. But the unknown about the Andy Dalton factor, you mentioned it in length. I think it's just is you don't know, so you gotta see how it goes, and then you can fade them again. But I'm going with the Bucks.
Word. I'm going with the Bucks as well. I have two entries, so I'll probably split them up and go Bucks Raiders. Um, I have it all planned out, but I had thinking that the Panthers are going to keep Bryce Young. I think the Raiders get after Mad Max is a madman. Max Crosby's top five in his position. He's gonna show. He's gonna wreak havoc. Have like 3.5 sacks, probably 4 sacks against that Panthers offense. I if I had to pick one to win, probably the Bucks because it's Bo Nix, aka Bo Picks.
Mm.
Matt, you're not in the survivor leagues, but if you've had to pick one team to win, no matter what, your life depended on it, type shit, who would that team be?
This week,
That's
49.
this week. This week,
49ers.
49ers on
Yeah.
the road. Interesting. Why?
Cause yeah, the 49ers, I mean the Rams are hurt, bro. Like they don't have no playmakers. So no fault of their own, they just won't be able to compete.
All right. So hopefully, based on what you just said, and a lot of people listening, like, yo, the Niners looking good. Again, I'm down to like not that many people left in my survivor league. So if people pick the
You know,
Niners and the
you
Rams lose. Well, yeah, man. Say amen, say amen.
financial advice, you heard?
Well, for sure, before we continue off, Matt, Danny Crimes, appreciate you joining the show. Anytime you're welcome, always pull up. Love your commentary, love your thought process on your Giants. Unfortunately, your Giants be selling you, but it is what it is. For Shabazz, I'm Natty Baps. Join us on Tuesday next week when we go over all the action of week 3. But before we end, please drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend. Live your life in the 4 F's in the V. We got faith, family, football, food, and wait for it, wait for it, wait for it.
Vindication.
We see you on Tuesday.